guys, how you doing?
So
good, buddy.
So good. Coming at you live
so
from
good.
the soft room.
Coming at you live from my parents' basement because I'm visiting them, and we're trying to be professional, but if the sound sucks, don't hate us. Welcome back, boys and ghouls, to Newridge.
Yeah, to clarify with the basement soft room thing, like we are doing our first remote recording, trying that out this time around. So
Yes, so
we'll see how that goes.
We'll see how it goes.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Hey guys, you're in the woods, and you just saw something. Why don't you walk me through what just happened when we last left our heroic boys in the woods?
Well,
Take it away, Wendell.
all right. So we dropped off Margaret and May over at Colt's house and headed back over to the Akers residence. Went outside in the backyard because I wanted to check out this whole tree situation and see if it had anything to do with the chitterers, as far as I could tell. And went just a little ways back into the woods behind my house, and wouldn't you know it, there's a shitload of chitterers back there.
Yeah,
and
stretching all the way through the woods towards Hilltop.
And they sure don't like cigarette embers.
And that is exactly where we come back tonight. The moment that you, Wendell, see the chitterer leap away from the lit ash that falls from Colt's cigarette, what do?
As I walk up to Wendell, I finish my cigarette, throw it in the ground, and stamp it out. I'm like, "You got anything, Wendell?"
Do you have a lighter?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna need you to light that because these things, there's a lot of them. Heads up, and they do not like fire.
And you actually see a few of them approaching, emboldened now by the lack of light and heat.
Yeah, okay, definitely. Look, get your light out. They're coming towards us right now.
I just slowly take my lighter out.
They're moving
Flick it.
closer and closer, and as soon as the lighter comes on, the one that had actually leapt away was emboldened and now retreats again to a safe distance. Right around the shell, you can see, Wendell, the limit of this small light from the lighter. It's lurking in the gloom right outside.
All right, okay, so I know you still can't see him, and I know you're kind of dicking around right now because you can't see him, and this is all still real weird. I get that, but these things really don't like fire, and I think that we might...
So I shouldn't close this right now.
You should definitely not close that. In fact, I suggest...
I also light a cigarette at this point.
Great, you do. Act under pressure. No.
And just start smoking.
I suggest... I think that any questions I had about this whole situation were answered as soon as we walked out here and are now informed of the fact that there are quite a few of these guys. So how about we go back to the shed, find some shit that we can make some torches with, so that we have those while we're dealing with these things, so we don't rely on that little guy all night.
That's probably a good idea.
All right. So we'll do that.
And as you back out, you've come down a little path.
I make sure to start working before Wendell, or start leaving before Wendell.
Yeah, you do. And as Colt leaves, and in fact, even if he's holding it in front of him, that now means that behind him is completely shrouded in darkness, and the chitterers immediately start creeping forward as Colt walks away with your lifeline.
No. And I, run up there to the light.
Yep, you do. And you, Wendell, hear the chitterers sort of returning back to where you guys must have disturbed them as you walked out with this little bit of fire. And you guys make your way back up the short trail, and you are now in your backyard, where the shed and the back of your house are. Yeah, that was the word I was looking for. What do you do?
Where they are. Nice.
Where they exist.
Where they tend to be. Okay. So, yeah.
Do I see any shovels? A rake?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've established that there's stuff in the shed that a shed would have.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
I'm just going to find something with a wooden haft, snap it off, and wrap some cloth, some shams or something around it and set it on fire and hand it to Wendell.
So we'll say that you guys are trying to create torches, basically?
Yeah, and enough of a supply of extra cloth and stuff to keep us going.
Yeah. So tell me what would be in your shed. You know what I mean? I mentioned a couple things like there's like tubing, there's like rakes and shovels and such. Would you have gasoline? Keep in mind this is in the middle of the gas shortages in the 70s. Actually, somewhere near the height of them. So Wendell, that if you were to use gasoline all night, you would very quickly run through the small amount that you might just keep on hand.
Yeah, I think that there'd probably be like oily rags and stuff around from working on car stuff.
Totally. Yeah, like motor oil and stuff.
Yeah. So maybe not strictly gasoline, but
slower burning too.
Yeah, more of the oily rags and stuff, and grab some more like spare rags and everything.
Great. So let's say that you both have a torch now that you could conceivably call one harm close fire. And congratulations, you have fire weapons.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna light mine.
Okay, great. So you only have one.
I think. So yeah, we take those and. All right, so we can go back there and see if these bug things give us any kind of trouble, going back there while we've got the fire, or we can just know that we have these in case we get in a pickle and light them up, and we can see about. I mean, there's a lot more of them than I thought there were going to be. Those things were everywhere.
Right. So Wendell, here's the thing. I don't see them.
I know, and I don't know how we need to remedy that.
Yeah, I don't know that I want to remedy that. But you had mentioned Hilltop.
Yeah.
As a problem, right?
Yeah.
So, what if we take this stuff and head towards Hilltop?
Yeah, I mean, we sure can.
Slash, do you have a lawnmower in this shed?
I would definitely have a lawnmower.
Yeah, would it be a push one? Or would it be like a,
that, I mean, it's not a huge yard, and we're right up on wood, so it's probably a push mower.
No, never mind. Fuck that shit.
In all
I was going to
reality.
siphon gasoline.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be a push mower. It'd still be... What are they?
I mean, here's... there would be gasoline in the town. When I'm talking about, there's, a shortage, I mean, it would be, more expensive, and some states, implemented, you can only get it on odd days if you are, at this address. But you would be able to find it in town.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wendell, you got any alcohol?
Oh, yeah. We got some alcohol in the house, yeah.
Why don't you go grab some?
All right. I go and grab, some whiskey from under my bed, or...
roll a d6 and half it, rounding down. Rounding up. Let's see. Rounding down.
I mean, it's a 4, so...
You got 2. There you go.
Great.
2 bottles of liquor.
2 bottles of booze. All right.
Yep. All right, I'm going to stuff some rags in. Make some Molotov cocktails.
Oh, I love this. Okay, so that is...
Crafting.
Let's see.
The game.
Yeah, let's say...
Crafty boys.
I'm going to say, actually, with those 2 bottles of liquor, you can make 4 Molotov cocktails, right? Because you don't need a whole bottle of liquor to... make an entire Molotov.
Yeah.
It'd be a big one, I guess. But in fact, I think...
I pull some empty bottles out of my car.
You do.
I think that's pretty in character.
Crafting the game. Yeah, so let's say you guys have, I would say, 4, and they are 2 harm, messy, fire, thrown weapons, right?
Okay.
Dirty boys are gearing up.
All right. Now, while I don't think that we should go commit arson, it is good that we know that these things are not great with fire.
Just burn down the forest, Wendell. I'm kidding.
I know you are. My question is how we're going to do something about that. If there's a lot of them, there's a shitload of acreage. Not my last name, but actual amount of land over at Hilltop.
Oh my God, Wendell.
What?
I had no idea what you were talking about.
I just didn't want you to think I was making some shitty pun or something. Dear God.
Yeah, that'd be out of character.
But I mean, yeah, we can certainly go on a test run with these guys here in the backyard and see what we can do.
What? No, we're not wasting this.
Yeah, well, no, I mean that's true.
Right,
It's just, I mean, if they're all over,
If they're all over,
That's
then
the thing,
we
'cause-
need to go where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Or we need to warn everybody about the invisible thing and see how well they take it, which, pro tip, they won't. Take it well.
Yeah, based on previous experiences, I'd say you're right with that.
Based on me, I would say no.
Yeah. Shit, let's do it. Let's go to Hilltop.
Okay, just letting you know, it's maybe about 2:30, I'd say 3 a.m. by the time you guys finish your crafting extravaganza. You know, it took some time to, like, dollop out, like, the vodka or rum or whatever it is that you're, you know, putting in. What is it, by the way? Is it whiskey, rum?
Probably
I
like
said whiskey.
whiskey that I just, you know, have from hanging out with Booth that I don't necessarily keep, like, in the common area of the house.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Great. Yeah, it was in a shoebox under your bed along with your skin mags. Let's see. It's the 70s, so it's about 3 a.m. What do you guys do? This is not a necessarily realistic way that we need to, you know, pass time. If
Wendell-
you guys... Mhm.
Wendell, have we seen any of these during the day?
No, only at night. I could, I mean, shit, if we're waiting until tomorrow to do anything about Williams anyway, and see if he has gotten out of the forest, because that's the only way that we're really going to know what that whole situation is. We could go to sleep tonight. We have all our shit if we need to, and we'd be ready to go. I can go to Hilltop in the morning, see if any of these little shits show up during the day. Keep Kenneth off my ass, at least for a little bit, because he was a real bitch and a half today.
All right.
What do you think?
I'll just head up there with you. Hell.
Yeah. I mean, shit, if we need to go, if you end up hearing back that, you know, they haven't heard anything from Sheriff Williams, then, you know,
Take care of it in the morning.
you know, we'll figure it out.
So we want to stay here in your house, or we want to go back to my house? I don't know that we've got a lot of room at my house, but it might be smarter to not split everybody up.
Yeah.
Granted, it might be better to have someone here to take care of the house.
Yeah, I think that we should just stay here for the night instead of all the driving back and forth. I think they'll be okay. Your house is closer to town and everything. If any shit starts getting weird quick over here, we're more likely to be able to take care of it, and, you know. Also, I'll be able to get a little bit more sleep before going to Hilltop in the morning.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say, we've established that you guys have phones, so if you needed to talk to May or whoever and such, they have a phone, you have a phone. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll go to sleep for the night, and then, you know, wake up in the morning, and we'll see what the situation is at Hilltop, because that's a really good point about this whole daytime deal. I hadn't really thought about that.
As a hope and a prayer, frankly.
Well, it's what we got.
You find a way to bed down for the night, I assume. Maybe, I mean, you spent the night on the couch last night, right, Colt? So you can just pull that same stuff right back out. And do you guys, like, take turns, or do you, you know, like, well, tell me, just give me a brief overview of, do you
What time you
kiss?
got to be at work, Wendell?
I need to be there by like 9.
It's 3 right now. We can either both get 3 hours of sleep, or one of us can stay up and the other one can get 6.
Ah, shit, we'll both get 3.
Fuck it. I'll just stay up.
You sure?
Yeah, I'll just stay up.
All right, man, if you're sure.
Get
like,
your
if
fucking sleep, Wendell.
All right.
Maybe you'll stop doing voodoo bullshit.
Maybe. Hopefully. And
We
with
have
that,
another
I will go to
fucking
sleep.
dream, and you'll know what to do.
Roll a close quarters roll.
All right.
Yeah.
Hooray. These are just flat, right?
Flat, yeah.
8.
Pretty good dream. Tell me about it. Mixed success, basically.
I think that it's
a wet dream about.
I'm gonna say it's
Colt
I'm gonna say it's unrelated to the events at hand.
unrelated. Okay, I was
Yeah.
I was about to say it's just me and that bear, but it's like very whimsical.
Very whimsical. You're
It's
just,
Alice in
you know,
Wonderland.
singing. Yeah, it's
Pretty much. It's like me and the bear in a Disney musical.
it's Brother Bear. It's Brother Bear is what you're doing.
Yeah, I dream about Brother Bear, and just will it into being through my dreams. Is what I do in my sleep.
So what's the real answer? Like, what, it doesn't have to be about anything. It's just like a pleasant thing it wasn't a complete failure. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not screaming in the middle of the night.
No, I think it's like a weird dream version of like the John Denver concert I went to like 2 years ago. Like if I'd actually done drugs at that concert,
then that's what it would have been.
Then that's what it would have been.
But yeah, Colt, what are you doing through the night?
I think what Colt's gonna do is light a cigarette.
Would you roll?
Oh, sorry. Excuse me. I should tell you that first. A 10.
Oh,
are you
very
sleeping?
good.
I'm not sleeping.
Oh, I was kind of thinking it was like a dreaming type thing. But
I
you
just
have
did
a
it
very
for, like,
relaxing hangout.
Passing time. But
Good.
I was gonna light a cigarette and
Yeah.
go stand on the porch and just like stare out into the woods and try and see shit. For like probably at tops 15 minutes before I'm just like, fuck this shit.
Now that's interesting. What I would say that is actually, I would think that's something like investigate a mystery. Like you're trying to, and we won't use that 10. Give me a roll for investigate a mystery somehow, even though you can't really see.
Okay, what do I add to that?
I think it's your sharp.
It's your sharp.
Oh, son of a bitch. That is 7. What is being concealed here? I think
Now this is
I don't know that it allows him to see anything. I'm just saying
You're right.
That would be the question.
You're spending time and effort trying to investigate this mystery. Specifically, is there something here? I, as the keeper, am bound to tell you yes. So let's figure out how. Because you can't see these things.
Right.
Right? But maybe you just some animal, leftover. It's the dead of night. It's 3 a.m. You're out there for maybe 15 minutes or so, and it's that time of night, if you've ever been out there, where there is just no movement, right?
Yeah.
Like even like the night birds and the
It's
bugs.
still quiet.
It's still, it's quiet, and it's fucking cold. You know what I mean? So it's almost like a different planet, and there is these hairs rising up on your neck as you look into the woods, and though you can't see them or even hear the chittering, more so than whatever small amount of night wildlife there might be at this hour, your hackles raise up. You are certain that there is something in the treetops.
Shit. All right, Wendell. I'm gonna keep my cigarette lit, and I'm just gonna go like open the hood of my car and check on like the insides of my car or my truck that's parked right there, and just make sure that from the little ding impact earlier that everything's okay and is still working fine or whatnot.
Yeah, I like to think that like there's no way that little impact would have done something inside your car.
Yeah, I'm
check
going
anyway.
to something comforting.
Yeah, and your car is actually very, I would assume Colt takes good care of it, so it's fine. Other than that tiny little boink, that somebody would need to just hammer out. Great.
Yeah, then I'm just gonna make my way back inside, or sit on the porch, something like that.
The Grateful Dead showed up at the John Denver concert after the drugs happened, and
So
then it got real cool.
Got just real hazy. Sunrise. The rim of morning. Colt, you're awake for it. It's that kind of clear, crisp dawn where you know it's going to be scorching hot later on. Where are you at sunrise?
Well, you know what? I actually like to think that when I finished working on my truck or just like looking at it and doing whatever, I just went and sat on the porch because like my job is to make sure nothing gets in the house. So
this clear, cold, beautiful day that that in this kind of area, especially at late summer, means it's going to be a real scorcher later on. But for the moment, it's cold. And you notice something as you look out over the porch, and you can see out towards where Newridge lies, and to the right of that, Hilltop to the south, there is, in addition to like the sort of purple and pink streaks of light as the sun rises, there's a distinct orange haze hanging over Hilltop that you did not notice previously. A fog or mist that is just hanging over the trees like a low-hanging rainforest cloud.
Does there look like there's any smoke with that?
No.
Okay.
It's just
I got you now.
Fog,
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like the orange haze of a forest fire.
Yes, everybody's on fire and
Smokey,
everything is dead.
That would
Smokey.
so much problems though.
Hello, I'm Smokey the Bear.
Pretty close.
Time passes, and eventually it comes time for Wendell to wake up to go to work. Like 8 a.m. maybe?
Oh, yeah.
You said you had to be there at 9 or whatever?
Yeah. Definitely, like, waking up at 8 would give me more than enough time because I'm like, the Akers house is right here on the same side of
right
town.
there.
Like,
After noticing the orange haze, though, can I investigate through Wendell's house to see if I can find coffee?
Yeah, you do. I mean, I'm not gonna. That's not a mystery.
Sweet. I just wanted to ask.
Yeah,
I just want to I want to steal the biggest cup in the house and pound some coffee.
Oh, I love it. Just bottle it up.
Oh, you made coffee. Great. Cool.
Yeah, just for me. It's literally all in my cup.
All right,
You already had yours. It's called sleep.
Yeah, that's true.
Nature's coffee.
But I got a little time, and I do make myself some coffee. Part of my morning routine before heading to work. Doing all right.
You do.
Put on my flannel shirt, my Ford trucker hat, and then get ready to go. Well, I think before I go, so talking with Colt. So, all right, I'm gonna go to Hilltop. Are you gonna just hang out until you think you can hear something about Williams, and then if you haven't heard, you just gonna come over? Meanwhile, I'll kind of scope out the spot over there at Hilltop and see if I can find anything out. See if I notice any of the little chittering guys.
I'm actually going to come to Hilltop with you, buddy.
Yeah?
Yep.
All right. Well, that sounds good. That makes sense because my car's not here.
I'm aware.
Yep, I wasn't gonna say it.
Yep. Well, cool. So yeah, we've got all the stuff in the truck, all our supplies and everything.
As soon as you step outside, you too notice the haze, Wendell, hanging over Hilltop.
Fuck is that?
Oh yeah, I noticed it this morning. I don't fucking know.
That's weird. Doesn't look like fire.
It definitely does not look like fire. I mean, that was the first thing I thought, but it is definitely not fire.
Yeah. And we're like far enough past sunrise now that there shouldn't be any like remaining.
There might be some
right?
pockets of fog, especially in the woods,
Right.
up until even 10 or 11, but it's not just wisping away in the sunlight like fog does.
Yeah, but wait, so this one is still specifically like kind of orange, or it's just foggy now?
It's like this orangish fog that is specifically over the hilltop area as opposed to, elsewhere around the mountain. Towards town, it might be more just normal fog that dissipates, but this one is being stubborn, hanging over the treetops.
Yeah, I don't feel good about that. All right, let's hit it. We'll head out that way.
Flash forward to the next scene.
I'm making sure, though, that all the Molotov cocktails are packed. Covered.
Forgot.
Covered. Torches packed, covered. Make everything look on the up and up, but I have an arsenal.
Got the axe, got the bat.
And so with your arsonist's wet dream, you take the back roads towards Newridge and eventually take the right fork. Whereas you would have gone on to the store and garage and, Dino's and the rest of Newridge, you are instead taking a right into Hilltop Logging Zone. And the asphalt, crunches as you pull up on the gravel in this sort of industrial zone where there is a main office that is basically a trailer that has been brought in and set down. You see,
I know the
logging
office.
Equipment.
It was my dad's office.
Yes, it was. And there's a general meeting room / break room, although not as much with Kenneth in charge. That you generally meet in the morning to determine what quadrants people are going to go logging or what other tasks you might have to do for the day. So this is the scene that you roll up on. Nobody is out and about that you can see. All the hardware is ready and waiting. You assume that everybody's getting briefing in the general room.
Great, yeah. I'll go into the office and clock in and everything.
Does Colt head on in with you?
No, I think I'm gonna hang near the truck, and before Wendell heads in, I'm just gonna grab him real quick and be like, "Hey, Wendell.
Yeah.
Just mention that I'm here,
Yeah.
Checking out some shit that's been going on in the woods with the bear. Come up with something convincing.
Yeah.
But I'm just here for a little bit extra oomph in case it's needed.
Yeah. Easy. I'm sure word's gotten around about the whole incident at the store yesterday, so I don't think that'll be an issue.
Shouldn't be a problem.
All right, yeah.
Just if anyone gets weird about it.
Right.
I'm just going to be here smoking a cigarette. And I start smoking a cigarette.
You start smoking a cigarette. Oh, your poor lungs. Colt.
Now that you know they don't like fire.
We don't know. Yeah, that's all I know. All I know is I can't see things, and they don't like fire.
I forgot to mention, as a part of like the opening spiel about this location, you do hear some of the chittering, Wendell, but definitely not close by. Even though you have driven towards it in this specific large clearing with all of the municipal buildings and stuff for the logging company, it's not like they're bearing down on this location right now.
Okay.
If you strain, you can hear them deeper into the logging and like the forested zones.
Mm-hmm.
Forgot to mention that earlier.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was wondering about that, but cool.
Yep. Cool. Do you head on in? Oh yeah, you head on in and clock in, and you walk into like this sort of this. I want you to describe the space for me, but I want you to describe the difference between when your dad ran the company versus now. I know for a fact that there are less workers now at Hilltop than there were under your dad.
Yeah, because Ken is an ass. But yeah, less workers. Definitely, just not disrepair, but just a grimier feel to it than what it used to be.
Yeah. There's not as much love and care and maintenance.
Yeah, the place isn't kept up because Kenneth is more of just like, meet the quota, do things, and, not
Absolutely.
Actually. Yeah. Also not as caring about the, I don't think conservation's the word I'm looking for, but like the sustainable practices.
He cares about the quota and the bottom line, and that's about it.
Yeah. Because he sucks.
And in fact, that is the exact subject of what he's talking about as you walk in, completely on time. And he's like, there you are, Akers, finally. All right, come on over here. And no mention of, are you feeling any better from your sick day that you took yesterday? Nothing like that. You see that everybody is crowded around a map that he has on the table, which I am linking into chat right now. I'm going to send this in the chat real quick.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
You see it?
Got it.
Oh, look at that, listeners. Perks of doing this long distance, sending things in chat. Ooh.
Long distance can work. He quickly says, all right, let's see. What quadrants probably don't have dry rot? I'm not even fucking sure. BJ, did you say C6 did? And BJ, your coworker, says, yeah, C6 definitely had it yesterday. God damn it. If they would just fucking let us into the old growth, we wouldn't have this problem. It's all this new fucking trees. This is the first ones to die whenever there's any kind of sickness. Fucking God almighty.
The hairs just kind of prickle on the back of my neck when he talks about going into the old growth even further.
Can you describe Kenneth for me?
Dark hair, balding, a mustache that does not work on him.
Dark hair.
Just like very much receding hairline. Like it's pretty much the ring around. And yeah, it's not like a Colt mustache, like that thick, full police officer mustache.
Dude, I got a beard.
It's not like a Octavius Caesar.
I thought you canonically had a mustache.
I'm just letting you know.
That was just from Dakota's wonderful artwork.
I'm just letting you know.
And he has a beard, huh?
Why did I think you had a mustache?
I don't know, man.
Oh, this changes things for me.
Whoa.
Like a thick Paul Revere. Yeah,
Okay. I think that must have just been in initial talks. It was like,
that was because I had that picture of Josh Brolin.
That's what it was. It was
the
picture of Josh Brolin that did it.
Yeah. Wow, you're both beardy boys, huh?
Oh yeah, beardy Oregon boys.
Oregon boys.
I like stubble. It's clean.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Kennett's got a shitty mustache.
He's terrible mustache.
And wears like the coveralls and has the beer gut and just.
Yeah, and like super skinny arms, but a big old beer gut.
Sucks.
Yeah, and he's actually like, you know what? All right, here's what I'm going to say to you guys. All right, listen up. And he sort of shouts, even though everybody's already listening to him. Stevens, Sherman, BJ, Wendell. All right. The first group of people that can bring me a load of not rotted trees gets a bonus. How's that make you feel, huh? Bring me some trees. You get to keep your jobs. It's that simple, guys. I mean, I don't want to pussyfoot around. I don't want to sugarcoat it. If we can't bring this in, if we can't meet this order, we can't meet this quota, there's going to be some layoffs around here. You hear me? And everybody just kind of ignores him because he's a dickhead. They don't ignore him, but they don't like rise to it.
Just like the nonchalant, like, yeah, okay, whatever, nod.
Yeah,
like we hear you, and that's about it.
Yeah, but you Wendell see BJ sort of like he squeezes his fists, and he seems although he's trying not to let it, so he's really perturbed at the idea of like letting his job go, being let go from this job. Now, I cannot officially suggest that any of us go into the old growth. Do not do that. We're not allowed. The council will be up our ass again. But I'm just saying, we got an order that needs meeting. Sherman, Stevens, Quadrant C6, let's see, Akers, BJ, G54. And then he walks into his office with his cup of coffee and slams the door.
Turn and look at BJ, and I'm like, all right, then let's get it done.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
Oh, before we all like head out or whatever, I'm like, oh, by the way, guys, because it's just like the four of us here right now, right?
Steven, Sherman, BJ, and you. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, by
There are
the
a
way,
couple
guys,
people. Yeah.
I'm like, hey, guys, just so you know, Colt's outside. I don't know if you guys heard about the whole deal with the store yesterday, but he's just kind of like checking shit out around town, and seeing what if there's anything else going on, with this particular whole bear incident. I don't know, some weird shit, but I don't know. He's not going to get in the way or anything.
All right.
Just so you guys know, so you're not
yeah.
like, why is a fucking cop outside? Or whatever.
I'm just wondering. I think BJ takes this news kind of like a little bit like it had cut off a train of thought he had been having. He says, "Oh, all right, yeah, cool. Thanks for the info."
Yeah.
And heads on outside.
Yeah. But well, I'll go out with him and we'll get our shit going.
The quadrant that Kenneth sends you to, are you all going there?
Yeah, we'll go check it out anyway. Can I tell on this on this map that you sent, is that where like?
So it would be. Do you see the red cases of dry rot?
Yeah, it's kind of
the very farthest right. You guys are being sent about 9 or 10 clicks up from that.
Okay.
If you were to draw a straight line, and that's where you guys are being sent. And I assume you guys go in like a specific like Hilltop vehicle. Can you tell me about like what you actually do as a logger? If you're being sent out there.
Great. So I think that we'll go and get get the chainsaws and stuff, and I think initially, since I don't think that this is an area that we've checked out as far as the rot situation, I think we need to scope it out first.
Yeah.
And kind of see what that whole deal is. So take the chainsaw and make sure if we get in there that it's not going to be like shitty, and then we'll kind of go from there.
I'm sorry if I missed this. Are you taking like a specific logging vehicle, like a pickup that they have for work? I assume you're not taking Colt's.
Oh yeah. Sorry, no, we're wearing one of the company trucks.
And does Colt tag along?
That's up to him.
Before I do, because yes, I'm gonna. But Wendell, you got an office phone here?
Yeah, there's a phone in the office.
Hey,
Kenneth's in there, but yeah.
He's got the only phone.
I mean, there's one in the like main area, and then there's the one in his office. I was just saying he's in the office.
Yeah, there is.
And
Yeah, cool. You want to go with me in the main area and let me make a call real quick?
Yeah. That's
like 2 seconds.
Yeah, no worries.
BJ hears this and is like, just hurry up if you could.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it, BJ. All right, it's not gonna be a problem.
And you head on in, and there's a phone.
Sweet. I just want to call the Perfect County number, which I have.
Great. Ding, 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 ding. Hi, it's me, Laura again. No, it's not Laura. What are you trying to find out?
I just wanted to see if they had heard from why can I not think of his name?
Rusty?
Russell? Sheriff Williams?
Rusty and Williams.
Yeah, actually, a man named Jenkins. Hello, it's my name. Picks up the phone. He says, "Perfect.
Hey, this is Colt Booth. Up with why can I not think of Newridge? Thank you. I could not
That's
think
the second
of it
time in
just
a row.
Moment.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. you guys are here with the right. Your
I'm
sheriff
sleep
went
deprived.
out. Is that right?
Yeah. I just want to see if they had called in. I was told they might be calling into last night.
So you're calling the forestry service, FYI, right? It's
Yeah.
not. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, we got a check in from Rusty. He had the bird down, and they were camping overnight, and we just got the all clear from him this morning that they're going to stay out for a little bit longer. I don't think they actually made it out to that fire tower that Rusty wanted to, but looks like they're taking care of something out in Siskiyou National Park. But they sounded right as rain when they called in earlier this morning, right around 6:30 a.m. Probably sunrise. Yeah, sunrise.
That is
Something else I can.
Oh no, that's fantastic news. Will you just do me a favor? If
yeah.
if they don't kind of respond to you for a long period of time, can you call and I give him my home phone number?
Yeah.
Just-
Sure. And he writes it down.
As soon as possible, just in case something's going on.
Okay.
I'm kind of William's lifeline back here in Newridge.
Gotcha. I understand how it is. All right, I'll do that.
Cool, and then I'm gonna hang up and go back outside.
And then Jenkins dies. Yeah, because he doesn't exist.
He's
no,
dead to
you head
us.
back.
He's from
dead to us.
Burfest.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true.
I also answered the phone as, "Yep, this is perfect," as though it's like the entire town.
God.
The forest, perfect forest.
They're all terrible.
They suck.
Is that where
Great.
Kenneth is from?
Yeah. No, Kenneth
Absolutely.
was born and raised in Burfect. That's why
He's
he
a-
sucks so much.
He's a pirate through and through. BJ's at the wheel. He has the car ready to go, and you guys, I assume,
Shotgun.
head on out there. Shotgun, literally. And so what are you bringing with you?
Well, definitely, the standard. We got our logging stuff, so like
Yeah.
axes, chainsaws, all that. I didn't get anything out of Colt's truck.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. I don't know if Colt brought anything.
I'm trying to think about it. I know that Colt wants to have brought something, but I'm trying to think about if it is plausible. Because I'm trying to figure out what I would have put those things in the truck. Because like if I put them in a duffel bag, yes, I got the duffel bag.
Yeah.
If they're just kind of loose and covered by stuff,
Like
then
under a tarp.
that's where I'm
going to
like,
say
"Ooh."
you did specify that they were covered and nothing else.
Yeah. So, in that case, what Colt's gonna do, I'm gonna grab one of the Molotov cocktails and pull the stuffing out
Oh my god.
and put the stuffing in my pocket and carry the bottle of whiskey with me.
It's in character, I suppose. Yeah, you get into the
I'm
car.
not drinking it.
You get into the car, just holding this open container of whiskey. Are you still shotgun?
Yeah.
And BJ just like looks over you and he's like, Booth, how you doing?
I'm doing it's a good day. It is a good day. I've had a lot of coffee today.
Wow, yeah.
Whew.
You have a lot of coffee, huh?
Yep.
Hey, BJ, how are you doing? What was the whole deal with that meeting? I mean, he got shit going before it was even time to get started. I mean, it's not that's not really off-brand for him, but,
I mean, he's just such a fucking asshole, man. Like, I don't know, like...
Well, that's because he's from Perfect.
Yeah, that's true.
Fucking A, right.
Also,
yeah.
just add on who
is.
he is on top of where he comes from and just... Fuck, man.
Wendell, I don't mind telling you, I need this fucking job, man. Like, he can't do this to us. As it is, he's been cutting benefits, and he didn't want to pay us because the last one had dry rot and stuff, and I had to fucking tooth and nail to get the paycheck out of him. Yeah, I gotta get this. And
Look,
he just sort of lapses into a sort of a silence.
I say, look, man, I know. I mean, fuck, I get it. I've been here forever. And I mean, I'm not just saying this because my dad used to run the place, but like, Kenneth's doing a shit job.
Yeah, your
You
dad
know-
did a fucking better job than this guy, for sure.
I pass him the bottle of whiskey to take
Pass it to BJ?
to take a sip out of it. And I could tell BJ. I could tell something was going on. Just take a swig. Just don't tell anyone.
I really appreciate it. Normally, I get my drinking done before I come to work, so thanks, but I'm good for now. And he passes it back,
All right.
letting you down easy. Thanks, though. I really appreciate it.
Well, I mean, that's why
I brought it. I just felt like there
You
was
brought it for
something
me, yeah.
going on.
Right. That's why you at 9:30 a.m. Yeah, Colt, I really appreciate it. Why are you here, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, did you hear about the bear down at down
That's
General
what
Store?
Wendell said. Yeah. All right. So it's an armed logging
No, I mean it's just
expedition. Yeah.
I got a day off anyway, so I thought I'd head up here with Wendell and just make sure everything's
Oh.
on the up and up here
yeah.
with in regards check on everybody's safety up here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when the bear was
Yeah.
leaving, it kind of went off this way, so he was
so-
figured he might as well.
Yeah, I've seen a couple. Never really gave us any trouble, but yeah, it's good to have you here.
There's
What
just
is your
something-
title again? Are you a deputy?
I
I feel like small town, it's like sheriff and deputy, and there's like a couple deputies running around. Like Carlos would be a deputy,
Yeah, I
Craig
mean-
would be a deputy.
I'm on probably I haven't been in the force very long, so
Yeah.
officer or deputy is probably it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
a deputy might be pushing it.
I feel like BJ's
But
like
if
an
it's-
old-fashioned guy, so he says like deputy and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a
he-
small town, then probably a deputy, because there's probably not that much law enforcement.
Yeah.
And he says, if I'm honest, it's a good thing you're here, or else I'd be tempted to go into the old growth, and I'm not that kind of guy. Let's just go get some good lumber, all right?
Yeah, I mean,
Let's get
shit,
this-
we know better. Kenneth doesn't know better than to do that, but man, we don't.
That's
do
his
that
shit. Yeah, I don't do
Yeah.
that shit.
We're not on
and-
this fucking level.
If you don't mind me asking, because I'm
Yeah,
just
what's up?
I'm a bit ignorant when it comes to the whole logging thing. So what's up with the old growth?
Old growth? I mean, it's just shit we don't touch. That's
It's protected.
it's protected, preserved wilderness. I mean,
Gotcha.
and
Kent's
then
trying
and
to
then
get you
and
to-
then Wendell's eyes get really big, but he doesn't say anything. But a thought occurs to Wendell.
BJ doesn't see it because he's got his eyes on the road, and he's like, "Yeah, I mean, Kenneth is under the impression that it's healthier because it's older or some shit. But dry rot, this kind of shit. I mean, we've seen this before. We had some in April. Don't you remember, Wendell? Not this bad, but
Yeah, I mean,
it hits everything.
This
you
shit
know?
happens, man.
But
It happens.
Ken is trying to get you to do something illegal, right?
Yeah, Kenneth literally just asked it
To commit a
I'm not
crime,
trying
yes.
I'm not trying to squeal on my boss. I do need this job, Colt.
I'm not-
He's an asshole.
Listen,
I don't
I'm
think
not-
any of us would. Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out, because I'm Wendell's best friend. Like he talks about Kenneth sucking. So
yeah,
BJ,
sorry.
You all right, BJ?
BJ, you okay, man?
You okay? You got a little.
Yeah, he
Black
actually
lung?
lets loose. He lets loose a really thick cough, and is like, "Yeah, sorry,
A
go
torrent
ahead."
of
Go ahead.
black smoke just comes out of
Oh
BJ.
my god.
No, it's just a cough.
I stab BJ in the neck.
You shoot.
He's a demon.
Just like Jim Craig of the Roan.
Yes, me and Jim Craig, we're demons. He says. No, he just lets loose this cough, and gets out a little, surprisingly dainty handkerchief into it, and. With nothing else to do, just kind of puts it in the cup holder and says, "Sorry, you were saying you and Wendell,
Yeah,
you and Wendell."
Me and Wendell are like best friends. I mean, I've heard Wendell talk shit about this asshole. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go in and report him, but if there's shit going on, then
Yeah,
maybe it's
it would
time for
serve
him to
him
be
fucking
done
right.
with his job.
Well, I mean, it would serve him fucking right, but there's,
I got
he never fucking lets it get back to him is the thing, He'll
He's one of
deny
those
it, or he'll
types.
do this. Like, what am I gonna do? Fucking record him? No, I mean,
Yeah. I mean, I could get you guys some recording equipment.
as much as it
we
would,
can
man.
sting. We can put on a sting for
as much as I would like to see the look on that fucker's face, I just gotta make it through this year, man.
I
got you, DJ.
Man, I get it.
Sure you don't want any of that whiskey? I'm trying to put a smile on your face, man.
I think he actually does. And then he gargles it a little bit. He's like just trying to, actually, hold on, I have some water here.
Oh yeah, give me that audio. Give me that
He takes it,
audio.
he's like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
oh my God. Oh, that'll clear you out.
I mean, it's pretty much motor oil.
Yeah, I mean, It did have an oily rag in it.
Shut up.
And
that
he
wasn't
has
Wendell.
another coughing fit. He's like, shit, that's it's Evan Williams right there, right? Yeah, I'm familiar.
What else?
Oh, Jesus. And he keeps driving. And I assume if you guys want to end the conversation, that means you pull right up to Quadrant G.
That's pretty on brand.
It's our thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll pull up
It's
there
the-
and we'll get out and start checking stuff out around here. Specifically,
So-
how's the chittering situation?
So when you pull up to this quadrant that you have been designated by Kenneth to go looking for some non-compromised logging, you, Wendell, are struck by the sound of chittering. And
Yes.
it's definitely not as much as you heard last night specifically.
But it's close?
It's definitely close, maybe even within 100 feet or so. It's close by. And not only that, those closer, it doesn't sound like many that are closer,
Mm-hmm.
but over the ridge, you are beginning to hear over towards Road B on your map.
Okay.
In that sort of direction, that is where you are hearing the largest congregation that you have heard thus far.
All right. So is that west of us?
That is exactly west of you guys
Okay.
right now. And not only that, the sort of orange haze in this area
Mhm.
is pretty bad. And you actually see BJ let loose another meaty cough and just get another handkerchief or something, a rag out, something similar, and just tie it around his face. And he says, "Yeah, I think the rot is some sort of like fungus or something. It's been fucking with our,
I'm immediately getting something for my face too.
Yeah.
oh,
What I
Good
I
move.
know from work and everything is this the first day that this haze has showed up, or has this been a developing thing?
if it was here last week, because you weren't here yesterday,
Uh-huh.
it was much less.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But you did know, we kind of skated past it, and I didn't want to deprive you of this information.
Mhm.
There were less guys in the meeting room where you guys had that conversation with Kenneth. There were less than are on staff.
Yeah.
BJ says something like, yeah, it's just a good idea to, keep the little bits out of your lungs or whatever the hell. So,
Yeah. And I'll grab a bandana out of my back pocket and.
Hey, BJ, how long's that cough been going on for you?
I usually get these respiratory things, especially definitely not towards the end of summer. Normally I get them when it starts to actually get colder, but I had this since Friday, I think. I'm just trying not to
Friday,
get it. I'm just trying not to give it to my dad right now. He can't,
I got
something
you. I got you. No worries.
Shit, man.
got
I know
like
how that
this-
goes. Hey, how's your dad doing?
He's okay. And I think he sets about whatever surveying you guys are going to have to do. I mean, I think that's as fair as he can, as he wants to get into right now.
You're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, no.
He's-
You're fine.
What is the business of surveying for trees? I like that you said you're not just going and chopping down trees.
No,
you're going to
God,
check
no.
first. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
so check on
walk me
the
through
rot
that.
situation over here, and also conscious of the direction of the whole chittering business and all of that, and if the correlations that and the fog and potential fungus and everything, if things seem more concentrated towards the certain areas.
While they're looking, I'm
Mhm.
gonna take the rag that was in the put the rag in the Molotov cocktail and put it in the back seat and try and give Wendell a heads up that that's where that is.
Yeah, I think you can do that. BJ is just sort of setting to work with a sort of single-mindedness. He's a man with a mission, and I assume Wendell, it's something kind of like with when you're spiking for syrup, you know? You have a mallet and a spike, and you sort of just tap into the side of a tree to see if there's rot or anything like that.
Yeah, if the wood's
Sort of a
soft or
preliminary type thing.
anything.
Yeah, I think he, immediately goes and picks, every 5 trees or so. He's not going to check every one, but in
No,
this
that'd be
whole
stupid.
quadrant,
Yeah.
he's going to, see which trees, through knocking and, malleting and through, what that is. So I think, Colt, you are able to, unobserved, hold it up, show him the Molotov, and put it into the back of the truck. What do you do? Oh, so did you want to? So Wendell,
Yeah.
what it sounded like what you were doing was an investigative mystery.
Yeah.
Or perhaps a read a bad situation. What is your sort of take on this? Because if you are, there are chitterers nearby, you can hear them, and there is now this haze that you are sort of factoring into your thing. So would you say this is an investigative mystery or read a bad situation?
I think that this one. Let's try read a bad situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, haven't done that one yet. So that's going to be a 7.
Mixed success. Can you tell me what that says? Because I don't have the hunter reference sheet. I have the keeper reference
The
sheet.
7, yeah. So I'll get one of these, and I'm going to go with. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
You do know one thing, in addition to the fact that there are chitterers not far away, and that this haze is prevalent here, more prevalent than it was at HQ, and definitely not at your house. A dry branch cracks under your feet as you go around following BJ and helping him out. It's late August in Oregon in the forest, and there's a lot of dry deadwood underfoot.
All right, so BJ's kind of going in the area around here.
Yeah.
I just kind of signaled to BJ, like, hey, I'm going over here, and kind of not for Colt to come over where I am, a little bit more toward this west side, going over that way.
He gives you the finger guns and turns to the next tree.
Yeah.
All of them thus far have been dry rotted through, FYI.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's very good to know.
Yeah.
All right. So with Colt over here. Yeah, man. Look. So it looks like a lot of these trees are rotted and real dry. So we.
This is to me, but not BJ, right?
Yeah. No,
Okay,
this is
sorry.
like I've pulled
Yeah.
you over to the side. Yeah,
My brain.
yeah.
I heard you say I pulled BJ over. So I
No,
was
sorry.
like,
Yeah, signal to BJ, but pulled you over.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, BJ is engrossed in work, I would say maybe 90 feet north.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. No worries.
But so yeah. And also earlier, just making sure I put a bandana over my mouth and nose.
Yeah, both you did.
But yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of dry wood and shit around here. So if we're gonna bust out our nuclear option, as it were, we gotta be careful because all this shit can go up. It's dry as hell out here.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
That is solely with us if we are gonna die,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Look, this whole haze thing. I mean, it's all over here, and I think BJ's got a point about if it's this fungus or whatever, which would mean the fungus as they know it is probably the chitterers. I haven't seen any yet, right? Just heard them.
You've heard them and you know that they're nearby,
Yeah.
but for whatever reason they haven't made themselves known to you.
Uh-huh.
Maybe every once in a while, not extremely far away, but not enough that you're like, it's gonna come get me. You see something flitter through one of the tops of the trees.
Yeah.
But if there are any nearby, and you know that they're few and they're not bearing down on you.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, it definitely seems like there's not. I mean, they're around. I hear them, and they definitely seem like there's a lot more of them coming. Well, not coming, but over toward the west. What I'm curious about, I mean, it does seem like from looking at the map with where the dry rot and stuff is, and over here we got more dry rot. I'm wondering what the situation is over with the old growth, what that is, what that looks like, because looking at the map, I mean, obviously we don't go out in there, but I'm curious if it's spread out that way too. So what I can say is, if we hang out around here, keep on looking, I actually do my job for a little while and, keep an eye out for the chitterers. But if we want to, like, during lunch break, see if we can bop off into the old growth for a little bit.
How many of them you seen right now?
I don't see any right now, but I hear them.
Right, but
Some close.
you hearing them like you heard them last night in your house?
Not that close. I could see a lot of them last night near the house, up in the trees and stuff. I've only seen a few things flickering off in the distance. And the main noise is going off from that way, and I point west.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm worried. I'm worried. I'm curious if this day and night has anything to do with it. So as long as we're checking this out at lunch and not
Yeah, no, this is definitely lunchtime. I don't want to be out here at
I don't want to be out here at night. Right
midnight tonight. No, I'm
right.
not feeling that. But yeah, so we'll go through here and I'll see if there is any anything to cut over here, because I mean shit, it's been all dry rot so far. So we'll check this out, and then at lunch we'll go see about that old growth.
Cool. While he's doing his job, I would also like to read a bad situation.
Give me a roll. Plus sharp.
That is gonna be a 9.
Yeah, you get to choose one from that list.
I think this is either gonna be shit or helpful
Or masterful.
So question. What's the best way to protect the victims? Would I be able to like choose what that's from? Like, would that be like, what's the best way to protect victims from this fog?
I would think it has specifically to do with the fog. Maybe the trees, but I think the fog.
My thing would be, I would be curious about the fog. I just didn't know if you specified with that or if it was just kind of like, what's the best way to protect from a werewolf?
Is that what you want to ask?
Not the werewolf, but from the fog, yeah.
You want to ask about the fog?
Yeah.
As you set your mind to this, Colt, when you're thinking about the fog and this new information that it might be related to the chitterers, and as Wendell sort of heads off about northwest maybe to check out a new tree, your eyes light on BJ to the north, still working on one of those trees, and you see the fog around him just get a little bit denser. Just a little bit like a puff, as though some wind had pushed more into that area. And he lifts up his handkerchief and coughs meatily into his elbow.
And it looked like it moved around him?
As though a gust of wind, and suddenly it was a little bit denser.
I'm gonna keep an eye on BJ and maybe stick close to him. I'm just trying to be
around him.
I'm just trying to be close in case he needs help.
How close?
Like, just within good distance. Maybe 30 feet of him or something like that.
Are you walking into where the haze is a little bit deeper?
Yes, and I'll have my little face stuff on. It won't do me necessarily any good, but I'm gonna start making my way towards him.
You guys know stink bugs, right?
Yeah.
In Tennessee. The acridity, the bitterness, which is sort of low grade and in the background when you're not in a super hazy part, becomes so much more pungent as you get closer to BJ.
Okay.
That even though you are holding your handkerchief to your face, some of it is clearly, getting through the sort of makeshift filter that you are making with this fabric, and you find yourself having to just clear your throat a little bit, and you actually feel a tiny little bit woozy, just the smallest bit, like from the lack of sleep, from the caffeine, the empty stomach, and now this, sort of messing with your breathing. You're finding yourself just the slightest bit lightheaded and a little bit sapped of energy as you walk closer to BJ to keep an eye on him.
All right. I'm gonna shout at BJ. Hey, BJ, I think we need to get the hell out of here for right now. I don't know if you're picking up this. Shit, I've got.
Shit.
Yeah, let's head back to the.
Give me a second, and he just sort of leans forward and puts his hands on his knees for a second, and like just tries to really methodically clear his throat. Leaning over. Oh God.
I'm gonna use not on my watch, and I'm gonna go run and grab him and start like running him back towards the truck.
So what is not on my watch?
Not on my watch is when you protect someone, you have +1 armor to a maximum of 3. And on a 10 to a 12, I also get +1 forward.
Okay, so you're literally picking him up. So I would say it's tough.
Okay.
It's your physical acumen.
I believe in Colt Booth.
Thank God for tough. That's a 10.
Nice.
Perfect success. You bodily pick up BJ, who for just too long has just been coughing and sort of
Yeah, I didn't like that.
leaning over, not able to rouse himself from this position. You literally go over, and even though you're breathing in this stuff too, you pick him up over your shoulder, because he's not a huge guy, and you are, and just walk him bodily out of this thicker part of the miasma. And he's just hacking and coughing on your shoulder.
Yeah, I'm getting him to the truck and the passenger front seat.
You sit him down, and he's not even like struggling. Like, what are you doing? He just like keeps trying to. And you see he's a little bit panicked. It's kind of like when somebody's having an asthma attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I'm gonna pull out my canteen of water and hand it to him, and I'm just gonna be like, "It's all right, BJ. Just try and take calm, steady breaths, man. I know." And I'm coughing up too as I'm like, but we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. Just sit down.
He throws
and relax.
it back. Wendell, I'm sure you would have noticed that by now.
Okay, I was
the
wondering
coughing,
if I did or
the
not,
coughing
if I was
fit.
too far off.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely
Because I'm calling to
back
Wendell as we're going to the truck too.
Oh yeah, I'm running
Remember
back that way.
Remember that you have a +1 on your next roll, Colt. Because it was a 10+, right? You have +1
right, so that's
forward.
what +1 forward means?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Plus one on
yeah,
your next
yeah.
roll.
Okay.
Yep.
Bodily. So if he was calling out for me and I heard that, then I'm running back that way. Back to the truck. Oh shit, what's going on? Like, I still got it up to the bandana up, and like, what happened to him?
I think BJ is just continuing to like sort of alternately gargle, like swallow some water, spit a little bit, and like just try to cough through. And he's like, "It's all right. It's all good."
So, Wendell, that section over there.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna point wherever, like, if he can maybe see where the
2 chitterers right above where BJ was, just kind of sitting in the treetops immediately above where Colt is pointing.
But that's where BJ started hacking up lungs over there, and so we need to stay away from that section.
I am I in a spot where I could like mouth something to Colt without BJ seeing as BJ like occupied with his coughing?
Yeah, he's too worried about coughing and this sort of blockage in his throat right now.
All right, so in that case, as he says that and I see them up in the tree, I just look at Colt and I mouth chitterers. And look back over there, and so I see there's 2 up in the tree. How high up are they?
I would say 9 feet tall.
9
They're
feet.
big trees. And below them is this thicker miasma that I described to Colt earlier.
Yeah. And so they're like on the trunk then, not necessarily like on branches then?
I think they're in the boughs of the tree.
The boughs of the tree? Okay.
Yeah, the branches.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put a hand on my sidearm.
Yeah. I
As
just
he mouthed that to me.
I just look at Colt and I'm like, yeah, hey guys, well, I think this area is no good. I think that maybe we should go back and check the check with the headquarters, and we'll try something else. I don't think this spot's going to be any good. We haven't found anything here. This fungus shit's, that's not worth it. That shit's not worth it. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, fuck
I
him.
didn't find shit. Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
It's not him out here.
Here, BJ, why don't you hand me the keys? I'll get us back.
Hey everyone, thank you for listening to episode 6 of Newridge. We hope you're loving this story and the Dirty Boys as much as we are, and if you are, please make sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the Quest Company on iTunes, or let us know directly on our various accounts. You can find us on social media at the Quest Company and at our website, questcompanypodcast.com. As always, I'd like to thank Joe Leitess for editing Newridge, as well as the artists whose wonderful music we use in these episodes. Thank you to tabletopaudio.com for the tracks Forest at Night and Rise of the Ancients, as well as Axletree for the song Reservoir Sunset full synth mix, Engel for the song Comatose, and Komiku for the song Filthy. You can find more of their music on freemusicarchive.org. That's all for me, so we'll see you next week when we find out what Wendell and Colt decide to do about the chitterer infestation at Hilltop. Hopefully BJ will be okay, and maybe some terrible fate will befall Kenneth. We can only hope. Thanks for listening to Newridge here at the Quest Company.